Let's start with the section 3 of the topic benign and malignant diseases of prostate, in which we will discuss about the staging of prostate cancer. In this, we will talk about the TNM staging, which is the tumor node metastasis staging, mostly done with most of the cancers. And then the computerized tomography scan, CT scan, and also MRI and bone scans. So prostate cancer staging, these are the stages. We have T1, T2, T3, and T4. That's the prostate gland, and that's the growth of the tumor. So in T and M stages, it includes the results of imaging. The categories are the abnormal prostate-specific antigen, which is T1C stage. T1C. Now we have abnormal prostate-specific antigen, which we already discussed in detail, the significance of prostate-specific antigen. When it is elevated, that's the indication that the prostate gland is affected with usually the cancer of the prostate gland. And then there is palpable but confined to gland, which is the T2 stage of the cancer. It is confined to the gland. Here you can see this is the cancer, but it is confined or limited to the prostate gland. Then we have the cancer that extend outside the prostate gland, that is T3 and T4. So prostate gland the cancer confined to the prostate gland is staging T2, and then T3 and T4 when it extend outside the prostate gland, that's the 3 and 3 stage. T4. So very clear picture of the development of the staging of the prostate cancer. In the first stage, there is only the level of prostate specific antigen is elevated or abnormal. The transrectal ultrasound imaging technique to assess primary tumor, directing biopsies, not staging. So the transrectal ultrasound that is performed is usually to assess the primary tumor, directing biopsies, is not used for the staging of the prostate cancer, only to assist the biopsy so we can obtain the biopsy and test can be performed. The digital rectal exam alone is inaccurate in determining the extent of disease, capsular invasion, seminal vesicle involvement, and disease extension to lymph node. Make sure, remember one thing, the digital rectal exam is very initial basic method of physical examination done in the office, especially when the elderly male visit the office for the complete physical exam. As a part of that complete physical exam, the digital rectal exam is performed, and if that digital rectal exam gives an idea that there is enlargement of the prostate gland, or if it is hard or nodular or irregular, and that can raise the suspicion, then go for the prostate specific antigen. If again that is abnormal, then the next step is go for biopsy. The digital rectal exam is not very extensive or exam, and it's not very accurate in determining so many things, like it cannot tell what's the extent of the disease, how deep the invasion, whether the capsule is invaded or not, whether the seminal vesicles are involved or not, how many lymph nodes are affected, or if the disease spread to the lymph nodes or it's not. So all these things cannot be determined by the digital rectal exam. That's the prostate gland. Again, that's the tumor, T1 tumor, and then that's the T2 tumor. Both are confined to the prostate, but they are, T2 is bigger than T1. The CT scans staging lacks the sensitivity and specificity to detect extra prostatic extension. So CT scan is not very sensitive and specific for detecting the prostatic extension, extra prostate extension. Inferior to magnetic resonance imaging in visualizing the lymph nodes. So MRI is more effective in visualizing the lymph node which are affected by the cancer. MRI with the endorectal coil superior to CT scan detects cancer in prostate, assessment of local disease extent. So MRI is very effective as compared to CT scan in detecting the extent of the disease, how far the disease is extended, and it detects the cancer in prostate. MRI is a T1 weighted MRI. It's high signal in periprostatic fat, periprostatic venous plexus, perivesicular tissue, and lymph nodes, bone marrow. So the T1 weighted MRI is helpful in detecting the area of periprostatic fat, periprostatic venous plexus, perivascular tissues, lymph nodes, and bone marrow. T2 weighted MRI is internal architecture of prostate, seminal vesicle, and useful for planning surgery and radiation therapy. So we talked about CT scan, but as compared to CT scan, the MRI is more effective in detecting the extent of the disease, how far the disease is extended, and it is T1 weighted MRI to 2 weighted MRI. T1 has its own benefits. T2 is mainly for the internal architecture of the prostate and seminal vesicles. Radionuclide nuclide bone scans, it's bone scintigraphy, evaluates spread to osseous sites. So any spread of the cancer to the bones are detected by bone scintigraphy. Sensitive test, relatively non-specific, true positive bone scans. True positive bone scans are uncommon when prostate-specific antigen is less than 10 nanogram per ml. So if it's less than 10 nanogram, it's not very specific or sensitive unless tumor is high grade. Abnormal uptake in other conditions like healing fractures, arthritis, Paget's disease, and some other conditions also give abnormal uptake of the radionuclide bone scan. So this is also used to find out the spread of the cancer to the bone or osseous sites. That was all about section 3. Thank you for watching sqadia.com.